Hey everybody, welcome to my home. My name is Becky. I am so excited that you're here today. Well, we are still decorating for Halloween. It is a gloomy afternoon. We've got a tropical depression coming in. David's cooking my favorite dinner, chili beans, and I am decorating for Halloween. So I'm so excited to share this with you. So today, or right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna decorate my Amazon shelf. I have got Halloween explosion around me. I'll show you what it looks like, but hopefully we're going to start clearing this out soon because I would like to be able to squeeze in the dining room table and the Amazon shelf in this video. So that's what our goal is, and hopefully we'll be able to get it all done. So let me turn the camera around and get started on this shelf. So here's the explosion that is going on in my dining room right now. I'm hoping that by the end of this video, this will all be neat, clean, and organized, and you'll have something pretty to look at. There's all the boxes that everything was stored in. I don't know that all those will be gone by the end of the video because it's raining outside and I can't get them all out to my shed. But this is where we're gonna start. We're gonna come over to this shelf. We're gonna start at the top with my haunted houses, and then from there on down, we're just gonna put all the knickknacks and the tchotchkes that I have so many of. And then, you know, I'm probably not gonna do too much different on the dining room table just because I haven't had that set up very long. I showed it to you last year. I'm probably gonna just keep it the same, and we're gonna pull our 3-tiered tray back out. But let's get started. We're gonna start on that top shelf. Okay, well, let's get started. I'm going to first put down a creepy cloth on the top shelf. I'm going to use a white creepy cloth this time because the haunted houses that I'm using, they're all black, and I thought this might work a little better than having everything black. You've seen all these decorations already before, especially if you watched my mantle decorate with me, because originally this was going to be what I put on top of my mantle. So you've actually already seen me put all this together one time. So I'm not going to go into a lot of detail telling you what I'm doing. It's just the same old thing as before. These candlesticks are a DIY that I did several years ago. I just kind of taped off the battery-powered candlesticks from the Dollar Tree and then just alternated the black and the orange stripes. It was a very difficult project, and every year I am so careful with them because the paint is begging to chip off of them. It's a very high maintenance project to do, but I love them. I think they're really cute. I enjoy looking at them. And so here's everything all put together. I added my leaves down at the bottom, and I'll tell you this 100 times in all my videos. I always add these leaves because I feel like it reminds me of a fall Halloween in Salem, so I just love adding them. And I finally found the place for my pumpkin face man, for both of them actually. This was one of the few places in my home that they would actually fit, so I thought this was a good place to put them, and they fit perfectly here, and I think this is where they'll probably be at from here on out through the years to come because they really won't fit too many other places in the house. I bought those pumpkins on eBay and there was no size description, and they came a lot bigger than I anticipated. And then these little mugs I made several years ago, says Mummy and Daddy, and that was during the time that the Rae Dunn craze was everywhere and people were fighting each other in the stores for anything Rae Dunn. So that year I decided that I was going to make my own little collection of Rae Dunn mugs and canisters and plates. I made a lot of little Rae Dunn, well actually I called them Faye Dunn because they were pretty fake, but they brought me joy and I enjoyed them, and I actually passed a lot of them down to a friend of a friend last year because she was big on decorating for Halloween, so I passed them down to her. And if you missed my videos last year, I did a DIY on these little nesting bowls. They are actually vintage, but I pulled a stock picture offline and I cut these little images out of my Cricut, and I made it to emulate vintage Pyrex, but Halloween inspired. So I really love these bowls, that they are just the best ever. And then I just add these little shredded pieces of paper in there just to hide those little risers that I use. I love using these little skeleton hands to look like they're holding things, and this little setup here, it reminds me of David having his morning coffee, because he actually picked those mugs out when we were doing on one of our antique store shopping trips in the past. He picked them out, and I said those would be awesome to decorate with for Halloween. So those are his mugs. So that little pumpkin man reminds me of David, and I like to use those little skeleton hands. You can get them from Walmart. I think they're maybe $5 for a pair of 2. I have a bunch of them and I use them all over the house. And here's my second little pumpkin, well, not little, big pumpkin head man that I got off of eBay. And this is another project that I did in my Faye Dunn collection. These are the little canisters that I made, because I'm telling you, back then you could not find Rae Dunn canisters anywhere, not without standing in line in front of the store and then getting in a fist fight on the inside once you got in there. And I'm just not about that life. I am not. That is not my thing. So I just made my own, and I love them. I use them every year. They always make me smile, and I'm proud of them. I think I did a good job on them, and they were just a thrift store find. I just spray painted them and put the decal on there. I originally had put my little Scaredy Cat DIY buckets on the shelf in my living room, but I changed my mind because there was something about where I had them placed. I just wasn't completely happy with them, so I think this is a better spot for them. And here it is in its entirety, and I think it looks festive and fun, and I love it. And now we're gonna go to my precious tiered tray that my husband made for me. And most of this stuff was on there last year, so it's not too very different from last year. I tried my best not to look at the old pictures so that I would kind of be able to force myself to do something different, but I did the best I could, okay? But these things are the right size and height and everything, so I kind of always tend to go to the same pieces for this little tray, but it's okay. It's fine. You guys don't mind seeing the same thing twice, I'm sure. I did change it up a little bit, but it's pretty much the same tablescape as last year. And sometimes you just have to fiddle around with things and move them around, and that's what I'm doing here, just kind of getting it to where it's, I guess, appealing to my eyes. I don't know. I don't have like a thought process going in. I just kind of, if it looks nice, I keep it, and I kind of know when I have the design that I want. I know it when I see it, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm just going to use this old standby table runner that I always use. I saw so many table runners this year that I loved, and I kept talking myself out of them. I kept saying, you do not need a table runner, you have nowhere to put one. Well, you know what? I did. I had a place right there that I could have used one, but I did not buy one, and I showed restraint. But I'm not going to promise that next year there's not going to be a cute little table runner on that table, because this one is just, it's my favorite. Don't get me wrong, I use it all the time, but it's just a plain old standby right now, huh? Alright, so we're going to put our chargers down that came from Hobby Lobby. These are the matching set to the dishes that I have in my hutch. And then these orange dishes, they did come from Dollar Tree. If you'll notice that one orange plate is brighter than the other, that's because I bought them on separate years and they changed the color out a little bit when they remade them. These are my Screaming Pumpkin plates. I've had them for several years. They came from TJ Maxx. I did not see any this year, but I did see some really cute ones if you're on the lookout for them. And then this is my little blanket ladder. I always try to decorate it up seasonally, and that's gonna be it, I think, for this video. When we finish out the blanket ladder, that should be everything. All right, that's all that I have for you for tonight. I'm gonna call it a night, get up in the morning and finish up. I just have the kitchen left to do and the bathroom, and I should be done. So thank you, David, for cooking dinner for me. It was delicious, and it allowed me to finish decorating for tonight, so I appreciate that so much. And I just want to say thank you all for spending a few minutes of your day with me, a few minutes of your time. It means the whole world. Until next time, I love you all, and I'll see you later. Bye.